By this time, I had already asked her could she be my manager and things like that. That was my decision. It was a point in time where she even talked to my mom like on the phone. And my mom was like all for her being my manager because she just seemed genuine. And then on top of that, my mom had liked the fact that Lee told her that I should be like around them more, my family more in Alabama, being with what I had went through before that. So my mom had liked the idea of hearing that because, you know, she just wanted me. My mom always wanted me around and wanted me close by. After that, things started just going real fast. Like we started having all these meetings scheduled. I had to keep flying back and forth to New York, to LA and everything like that. And then so I thought, I was like, shoot, I go to New York all the time anyway. Why don't I just move to New York? I had liked the vibe. I liked how free I felt when I was there. I liked the fact that I was close to people that I felt were genuine to me, Claire, Patty, and I just felt like that I might move to New York. I had told my mom, and she instantly felt like that wasn't a good decision because, for one, she said like it's just too fast-paced for me to have CJ out there, and she also probably just felt like she wanted me and CJ to be closer by her. She also thought that I was trying to, I guess, chase Clarence or just, you know, follow him there because he was there. Cause I mean, I told her we was friends and everything like that, but you could tell when we was on FaceTime, like the chemistry that me and him had, so she could tell that I liked him. So she thought that I was moving to New York, like more so for him. But I wasn't. But I felt like Atlanta was just a better move for me. It was like more homey. At this time, me and the whole like gang, the whole spicy squad or whatever y'all wanna call it, we was like, it was gonna get a house all together in Atlanta. It was like, hey, since we all working, and by the way, Lee had started managing Patty too, so we all just became one. Another issue from my sister and my brother, they felt like I only did a little bit videos with them to blow them up, but I did more videos with Clarence and Patty, and I blew them up more than them. And I was trying to tell Tina and Terrell that they really didn't need me as much because they automatically had like a funny personality, and people was like watching them. They started off on a good foot, but since I was more so in New York, I would do more videos with Claire and Patty, and they felt like I kind of left them out, and like they supposed to be my family, so I should be looking out for them the same way. But I felt like I did look out for them because they was only at 4,000 subscribers when, you know, we started. And then I bought them a camera and a laptop, and I told them I'm gonna do some videos with y'all, and then, you know, that get y'all following up. So they got to like 100K. They got to 100,000 subscribers, which a lot of people, that's a lot of people's goal. But then over time, she started to feel like I let Lee make my decision, but that's not how it was. I guess because I was with them all the time, and I told her one thing, but then I ended up doing another. She felt like it was them that was causing me to change my mind. But like I said, y'all, on my end, it's just because I really did not have the credit to do it. I said that to say, not to like throw it up or anything, but a lot of people are saying that like I just kind of like left my family hanging and I don't do anything for them. But honestly, my mom doesn't have to pay a bill. Like, she don't have to pay no bills at all because I make sure it's taken care of. She don't have to pay no rent. She don't have to pay no health insurance, no car note, like nothing like that, because I always said that when I got to that point, I would look out for my family. And I was excited to do it because honestly, y'all, when I was married, I couldn't really do things like that. Because now my family, they feel like, okay, this girl then completely forgot about us, and she with them sign in on her big moment, but we can't be there. I just wanted her to understand that it wasn't because I didn't want her to be there. It's just because it was short notice, and it was just too much to fly everyone out, you know what I'm saying, just to see me like sign some papers. So more tension is just being built up. Other things that were happening were like things that people didn't know about. Sometimes she would get angry and even text Lee and, you know, tell her she felt like they were trying to take me away or like divide her family. And both times that it was done, Lee and my mom had spoke after, and Lee explained to my mom that it wasn't, you know, like that, and that she was only just trying to be there for me. She was basically explaining to my mom the role that she played, like manager and accountant. Like, she would never try to tell me what to do with my money as far as like when it came to my family. Like, first of all, honestly, my mom doesn't have to pay a bill. Like, she don't have to pay no bills at all because I make sure it's taken care of. She don't have to pay no rent. She don't have to pay no health insurance, no car note, like nothing like that. Because I always said that when I got to that point, I would look out for my family. And I was excited to do it because honestly, y'all, when I was married, I couldn't really do things like that because I had a family of my own and I wasn't able to do that at the time. And plus, I didn't have money of my own either. It was both of our money. So I felt like now that I had my own money, I could do whatever I want and like take care of my family. And I was happy about it. But I feel like, sometimes I feel like it wasn't good enough because I still just got complaints that I was changing and that I was letting the people around me change me. I was letting money change me. And the hospital situation, everything was fine. On the first day, my mom got to see baby Legend. She held him and everything like that. And in fact, Clarence is the one that like handed Legend to her. I seen something where somebody had said he didn't want her to hold the baby, but he's the one that gave Legend to my mom to hold on the second day that they was there before they started, you know, talking. But the hospital situation, like basically to just sum it all up, my mom wanted to go and kind of just apologize for all this tension and stuff like that. And when he started bringing up like how my family had hurt me, she just kind of didn't want to really hear it. She kind of like just automatically jumped to the fence because she felt like it was none of his business or whatever. But everybody's entitled to their own like feelings. The way you feel is valid. It's just all on how like you handle it. Like, even down to my family being like, just conversation went left, completely left. It was late by this time, y'all. It was like 12 midnight and visiting hours was over at 8 o'clock p.m. So like by this time, I was already gonna send my mom home in an Uber because she didn't drive her truck to the hospital. So I was gonna send her home anyway at the same time when he asked her to leave. I was gonna sit here and tell y'all the whole story about that, but really all y'all need to know is nobody said anything about CJ and Legend not being alike. That's another thing I want to touch on. First of all, CJ is my firstborn. I love my son so much and everybody knows that. Everybody can see how much I love him. If Clarence didn't accept CJ, I wouldn't be here now where I am. If Clarence mistreated CJ, I wouldn't be where I am now with him. Clarence might have had to get used to that I'm being controlled and they turning me against my family and I'm letting them. In reality, what was really like pushing me away was everything that was being done in the first place. All the just build up, the tension, it made me uncomfortable. Where Claire started getting uncomfortable was like when, I think it was like a time where my mom came over to the apartment and me and her was like on the balcony and we kind of was like disagreeing on something, but it was getting like a little loud. But he felt uncomfortable there because he felt like I was being like attacked for no reason. But that was between me and my mom, so he didn't want to really say anything. But it did make him feel like, you know, uncomfortable because he know how much I love my family. He know how much I talk about them. He know how much like I care for them. So it kind of rubbed him off the wrong way. That being combined with the stuff he heard that she said to his sister when she was angry. Even though they got over it, all of that stuff was just a build up. Keep praying that like everybody can come to realize where they wrong at. I feel like pride is in the way of a lot of all of this because nobody can see that they're actually wrong. I even look at myself and be like, I try to examine myself and be like, okay, am I wrong here? Am I wrong? You know? It's always good to examine yourself and like just be true to yourself. And for me to be true to myself, like I realized that I have a hard time standing up for myself. And that if I had more control over everything, this whole situation, then none of this would have happened. So really, it's really my fault, to be honest. If I would have been nipped everything in the bud in the beginning, none of this would even happen. But since I walk around everybody else's feelings and don't think about myself and don't think about the bigger picture and what could happen